Hello, my name is Rainey Ray, and I am an essential oil educator and enthusiast. And today I'm bringing you into my laundry room because it's important to detox our homes. So, when we're detoxing our homes, we're talking about products and things that we bring into our home that have harmful toxins in them that are not good for our health, that are hormone disruptors and, quite sneaky. They mask themselves as being good for us, like personal care products and the laundry products that actually that say clean, but they're really not clean. So I want to take you through what our laundry room looks like and what products we have in our laundry room. Now, in 2018, when we sold our home in Northern Illinois, north of Chicago, and moved to Florida. We moved into our RV. We didn't really have a plan, but we knew we wanted to live down here. So I removed all toxic things that I knew of at that point in time from our RV. Nothing toxic came with us into that space. Okay. One of the things that was important to do was detoxing the laundry, and it's evolved ever since. Okay. So I have a few notes, but otherwise, this is unscripted here in Rainey's laundry room. Okay. So before we begin, a couple of quick announcements as usual. One, if you have ideas about classes, if you have ideas about, what you'd like to hear on these lives, just let me know, okay? If you want to join me on the live, if there's something that you want to talk about that has been a magic moment for you with oils or something that has been very effective for you, let's do it together, okay? If I can do it, you can do it, all right? So, in doTERRA land, we have specials every month, and this month's specials are a couple of my favorites. The free oil of the month is a 5 ml bottle of Serenity. Okay, Serenity. Now, this is an amazing oil. This is our restful blend. I love it, love it. I use it in my diffuser every single night, along with Adaptive to shut my brain off and Breathe to open up my airways and Tom's airways and our dog Larry's airways in order to help us breathe better so we can sleep better. So you get Serenity free this month when you place a qualifying order on your loyalty reward order, or if you're ordering our foundational wellness bundle, which I hope everybody is, okay? Yay, Teresa's joining us. So, Teresa, I was just saying that Serenity is the free product of the month, okay? And that I use it in my diffuser every night. And to get the free product of the month, you either order one of our wellness bundles with our VMG product
Mhm.
or 125 point value or more qualifying order, and then you get a free oil every month. And these are the top 13 oils. Okay, these are the oils that doTERRA and all of us that use doTERRA believe are the most important oils to have in our home. So that's pretty cool. The other
I
thing
al
on this month, real quick, are these Serenity soft gels,
oh,
10% off. Okay, yeah, these are good. So they're just little soft gels, and I have taken these for years. So about 20 minutes before I want to go to sleep, I take two Serenity soft gels. The dosage says two. I start sometimes if I feel tired anyway, then I take one.
mhm.
Okay. And if I know that I'm having a hard time even relaxing, then I pair it with two of the Copaiba soft gels. Okay.
Mhm.
So it's not going to be like a pharmaceutical like Ambien that's going to knock you out. I mean, and knock you out so much that you're sleepwalking or driving, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it is going to help you get a more restful sleep, even though now I don't have as many difficulties falling asleep thanks to VMG, our foundational wellness. You get the body healed and its functions are performing better. But I still love taking the Serenity soft gels because it gets you into a deeper, more restorative sleep. So these are awesome. All right, so unscripted, let's get at it. I have a couple of notes and that's it. And Teresa, jump in. Um, and give your opinion, give your tip or trick, whatever it is you're using. Okay, so as I said, when we moved to Florida in the RV, we alleviated as many toxins as we could. The rule is when you know better, you do better. So we're all just doing the best we can. And at every stage, we're learning more about what we can do better, and that's great. So doTERRA has our wonderful On Guard blend. Okay. Mine's got a dropper top on it because I use it all the time. I mean, diffuser in the morning to kill cooties and boost our immune. In my oil shot. It's in Larry's oils combo. It's in my laundry. Okay.
Mm.
This is the go-to for killing cooties anywhere. Okay. So doTERRA has a line of products, and here's I love their laundry detergent. Okay. So this bottle is only 32 fluid ounces. And for a top loading machine, the HE washers, you only use 1 tablespoon.
1 tablespoon?
Yeah, yeah. So I know. So that's why it's in a little bottle. It's hard to tell here, but normally bottles are like this.
They're huge, yes.
Yeah. And if you see there's an inner cap.
Okay.
I don't use that. It's too much. Okay. I just do a little blub, and that's one
Okay.
tablespoon. Okay. If you have a front loader, so a conventional washer, you want to use a half of that inner cap. But I'm sorry, for the top loader. For the front loaders, for the HE, that's way too much. Okay. So, um, this stuff is amazing. My Tom, I love him to death. He is in the shop working all the time. He's got dirt, he's got grime, he's kneeling, he's leaning into cars, detailing things in order to do his painting on them. His clothes are dirty. Okay. Same thing. He just uses one little blip and yeah, and it's good. There's another thing we add though, and I'll talk about that in a moment. So the other alternative is our Abode laundry pods. Okay.
Mm.
Abode is what doTERRA came out with in 2020 for everything that was going around. Okay. And these laundry pods are wonderful. I do not use them at home. Okay. Because, and here's one of them, they're wonderful. Okay. I find that unless you're using warm or hot water, the outer plasticky thing doesn't dissolve. Okay. Even if it did dissolve, we're on a septic and I don't want that in there.
Okay.
Okay. I know that it's not plastic. I know that, it's a good thing, but so we use these on the road. And yeah. So what I do on the road is I just break one of these into the washing machine in whatever campground or whatever we're in. Okay. So that's how we use the Abode. Now, many, many people love these. Hey there. And they have no problem with the dissolving part. Okay. I love our On Guard. So that's why there's options. All right. You may like the pods, their convenience, even if you break them in. I like the liquid. The other reason I like the liquid is you can spot with it. Remember, you're only using a tablespoon. So you would take probably half of that and spot if there's some stuff and rub it in good. No big deal. All right. The rest I would then put in the little dispenser area. Okay. The other thing that's our secret weapon, and this Lucy found, okay, I have it in an airtight container here. And as you can see, It's granular. So what this is, I'm going to read it to you. Ergo my notes. It's a laundry boost and softener combined. So one thing we know already is that laundry softeners are laden with toxins, whether you're using the pour-in kind or whether you're using the sheets. The biggest problem with them is the artificial fragrances. Okay. And
Ah,
those, yeah, right. So
yeah.
those are hormone disruptors, and gosh knows what else they're doing to our bodies. Um, we don't use those. Instead, I might put a little vinegar in the softener. Okay. Tom believes that he can smell the vinegar unless I do a double rinse. So big deal. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, in this container that I showed you a moment ago, and I made a double batch, 3 cups of Epsom salts, and I'll post this, 1 cup of baking soda, and you add essential oils to the Epsom salts before you add it into the baking soda. All right, so 3 to 1. And I like a lot of oils in my stuff. So I probably, for a single batch, would put 20, 30 drops of maybe 40 drops of oils. Like if I'm using, let's say I want to use peppermint and lavender.
Hmm.
I might use 20 drops of each. If I want, if I'm in a mood, I might use more of each per recipe. Okay. Stir it around together and then mix it in with your baking soda and then put it in your, sealed container. Baking soda is a laundry booster anyway.
So
So
you would add that at the beginning with your laundry detergent?
I do. Yeah, I put it in
Okay.
the bottom of because ours is the drum that goes this way,
Yeah,
and I smush it in the bottom. If I had a top loading machine, I would sprinkle it in the bottom.
that's what I do. Okay.
Yeah. And are you using baking soda?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so I buy the big bags of baking
Okay.
soda.
I
Sam's
saw
got,
those. I saw those in your garage. I was wondering what you were doing with all the baking soda.
I love baking soda. So
Oh,
baking soda, I love to use in the laundry as a booster. I
okay.
like to mix it with a wee bit of water and it becomes a nice
Scrub.
scrub for your sink.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, baking soda, we use it outside on weeds. Um, there's all sorts of different natural solutions for weeds. And in Florida, we have a ton of weeds. So, sometimes one thing will work and the other will work another on something else. So that's what we do in there. Now, the other thing that I do, because we're not good at sorting laundry. Okay, let me just say it the way it is. Growing up, you'd have from the family a big load of whites, you'd have a load of color, you'd have a load of lighter ones. We don't do that. So this is an off-brand, but you can find color catchers. This was cheap on Amazon and it's Toyoto is the brand. It doesn't matter. These are, and I'm going to read you what they are. They are a cellulose or a viscose. They're a natural biodegradable fibers that form the base of the sheets and they're highly absorbent. So there's polymers in there that are the key to the sheet's function and they attract or bind the dye molecules in the water. Okay. So, and then a lot of them have some other stuff in it, and I don't buy those. They might have fragrances, they might have antibacterial, they might have those kind of things. I don't buy those brands. And you put one sheet in, and you can do blue jeans and light t-shirts all together.
Okay.
When you take that little sheet out, and the sheet's about this big, it's usually quite dark because it's absorbed the dyes. It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
even know
Lucy,
they
who's on
mentioned
our
it.
team here and a dear friend, she's the one that told me about that. All right. So the other thing that's in my laundry bin is borax. Okay. And people say, borax, it's not really a green, cleaner and all that kind of stuff. We use it occasionally because I would rather use borax than other stuff. And if something is really, really dirty or stained, okay. The other thing we use if something's really dirty or stained is our cleaner concentrate. So be mindful, especially in a front loader, you don't want to get too many bubbly things going on, or you get, a mess, right? So I just use a wee bit of this, sometimes mixed with water, and you can spread it and mush it into a stain. All right. So either the liquid detergent or this cleaner concentrate is really a good alternative to those Clorox sprays and things like that that once again are introducing more of the harmful toxic chemicals. Okay. Um, the other thing is that don't be afraid with your On Guard soap to add in some oils. Okay. So when I put the soap in the dispenser, let's say it's a time when there's a lot of germs going around. Okay. And I really want to kick them out. I'll put a few drops of extra of On Guard in the detergent in the dispenser to increase it. Okay. The other thing I like doing is in the dryer, I'll use oils, but sometimes I'll take oils that I use in the dryer and put them in the washer. So you can do it a couple of ways. You can dampen a washcloth, put some oils on there and throw it in with the laundry.
Mhm.
Purify is beautiful. Purify is really, really, it's called the cleansing blend. Purify is what we use, and let's say there's mold growing somewhere. You would diffuse it and it helps to kill the mold. Purify is wonderful. It has in it lemon, Siberian fir, citronella, pardon me, lime, tea tree, and cilantro. I happen to love the aroma of it. So sometimes I'll put this in, okay? Sometimes, like when um, we had things going around in 2020 and since then, and if they seem to be a little more prolific, I'll put in some Abode, okay? Abode is another, it's called the refreshing blend, but it is the basis of our Abode counter spray, surface spray, that actually kills the COVID virus. This is amazing. It contains lime, litsea, cassia, lemon eucalyptus, tea tree, arbor vitae, cilantro, lavantine, and lemon myrtle. The only thing it's missing is thyme oil, and thyme oil has thymol in it that actually kills COVID. Okay. Now, we've posted in the group, and so search in the group if you want, or Google this. There have been several young people in school that have done tests with petri dishes and bacterias. And the usual cast of characters is one is a control, one is Clorox, one is Lysol, and one is using our On Guard. Okay. And a drop of, the bacterias are in there. And this is all overseen by the science teachers, so everything is all safe. Um, and then a drop of each of those other products are put in. So Clorox and Clorox, Lysol and Lysol, On Guard and On Guard. The only one that killed the bacterias was the On Guard. The other ones reduced it down, one more than the other, and I don't remember which. But this project has been repeated a number of times. Isn't that amazing?
That is.
Yeah, so you can Google it and or look in I have pictures of the Petri dish in our customer group.
Okay.
And first of all, I think kids are fabulous. What kids think of and do are fabulous. Okay. And it was amazing to me that with the On Guard, almost every single bit of the bacteria was gone.
That is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. So getting to the laundry. All right. I was raised with Downy fabric softener, or whatever other brand, and then got the fabric softener sheets. We all wanted our laundry to be soft, no static, and to smell good, right?
Right.
Um, and then we learned about the harmful effects of those products with the chemicals that are in there and the fragrances that are in there, artificial fragrances. Um, Again, these are huge hormone disruptors. Whether you're a woman or a man, we all have hormones, okay? And we don't want our hormones to be disrupted. We want our body and our environment to support them well. So, years ago, bless you there, doTERRA came out with, and here's two of them, dryer balls, okay? These are made from wool, okay? They're not just tennis balls. And there's one of mine that when Larry was a pup, he grabbed. Oh, yeah. He grabbed this one when he was a pup. And you can see, yeah, it came right back together. Well, now I pulled it up. But these are wonderful. Mine have spots around on them. Don't worry about that. That's from the oils. Okay. So if I like 4 balls in my laundry, it decreases the time it takes to dry your laundry because it's beating it around. Okay. That's number one. Two, it's reducing static. Don't ask me how. But some people use balls of tinfoil. I don't want to do that in my laundry. These work great. Okay. And I love to put a few drops of oil on 2, 3, or 4 of the balls. It adds the benefits of the oils to your clothing, meaning when you wear them, you're getting some of the benefits. But more importantly, they smell good. What I didn't like was I put this oil on and I take my laundry out, and it's not you want a really nice, ooh, that smells good, right? So I've learned, let the balls do their job, and about the last 10 minutes, put oils on and let them do their thing. And then the fragrance is more pronounced.
Oh, if you wait until the end.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Makes sense.
Or because I don't stand around waiting for my dryer to get to the end.
Yeah.
What you're busy too, right? Um, I will come back in, put some oil on, and set my dryer to go for 10 minutes
Yeah.
on a cooler temp. So that's what I do, especially with sheets. So the oils that I like for that, my absolute favorite is lavender, ergo
Oh,
the dropper. Okay. Putting lavender in there, it just is, I love our lavender. You know, I've had a romance with this lavender since we met. Okay. The other one I really love for uplifting is a combination of lavender and peppermint.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, or peppermint just on its own. Who doesn't love peppermint, right? Um, if something like Tom's shop towels is particularly, they may have lingering odor in there. Purify goes on, all right? And or Abode.
Mm.
And then in here, believe it or not, because I like it, I have bergamot mint. Now, this is not bergamot. This is bergamot mint. different plant. Okay. And I just like the smell of it. Speaking of rags and things, the alternative that Lucy made for me, and here's some of the pieces. She took felt pieces, okay, squares, this is half of one folded, and put it in a jar, and there's vinegar and essential oils and water in here. You can Google the recipe. So these here have been used. These here are ready to use. Okay, and she even
Oh,
labeled it really nice. And then when this is empty, you refresh with vinegar, water, and I forget the proportions, and your oils. Put them all back in. She likes to use a flannel because it is more absorbent. So these are almost spongy, the flannel is, and they absorb a lot of this. So, you just take it out, throw it in your dryer. I only use this when it's my clothes. Because remember, Tom doesn't like the smell of vinegar. So it just depends on what you like. And one more thing that I forgot to mention is, life isn't perfect. And in Tom's shop, rather than using paper towels all the time, he uses rags and we wash them. And from time to time, when I'm washing them, will pull out the bleach. I never use bleach any other time. Okay. So I don't know if I made some notes on some of the harmful effects of bleach. Okay. But um, breathing it in is a problem. It's a problem for everyone, right? Yeah.
yes, your lungs. That can be, it's, if you've been in a closed-in area with bleach, I don't know, I have, cleaning the bathroom years ago, many, many years ago, and maybe a little too vigorous with the bleach, and you can literally feel it.
Yes.
So I would imagine it could potentially burn your lungs if you were exposed too long and too strong of an
Yeah.
odor.
Yeah. Yeah. Let alone people who have respiratory issues anyway.
Exactly.
Whether it's just, having just
Somebody with asthma.
yeah. Yeah, that's the word I was trying to come up with. Allergies, asthma, things like that that affect our respiratory, so and our lungs. Or if you're sick, you have bronchitis or anything like that. So the only time I use bleach is on Tom's rags once in a blue moon. Okay? Like maybe a few times a year. We're on a septic. I don't want the bleach in there.
Right.
you know, not good for that whole microbiome that we're trying to cultivate in our septic so we don't have to get them dumped out. And I realized I checked the date on the regular size, not the big gallon, but the half-gallon bleach in here, and we bought it when we moved in. It's got an expiration date a little after that, you know. So that's what we do. Is there something that you do, Teresa, that I didn't mention here to kind of get rid of these toxins?
No, I can't think of anything else.
It's so important because we're breathing the air. The clothes are near us. The clothes, if you have youngsters or grandbabies, our clothing, sheets, all that are affecting them. It's on our floors, and we'll talk about household cleaning stuff another time. But the minute we can eliminate one more thing, it really helps. So, any questions, Teresa, or comments on what I brought up?
On the oils for the dryer. So you could basically use any oil, I'm assuming, right? Your fragrance, if you wanted wild orange or if you had a favorite oil
Right,
and any combination,
right,
that
right.
would be, I never thought about that.
Well, and these dryer balls, they're so effective.
Are
I
they? I've neve never seen that. Do does doTERRA still sell them?
They do not. Once in a while they will, but I'll post a link. I'll look on Amazon and post a link for one I think is a high quality.
Okay.
Because you're using it over and over and over, I would make sure that they're a high quality wool and
Okay.
organic.
Yes. I like the fact that you can add the oil to it.
Yes.
So,
Yes. So I don't even take them, like I'll take a couple like this, and any of these spots, that's probably where an oil stained.
right, right. I wouldn't be concerned about the spots because if
No.
I'm only using them for the oils, the residue, there's going to be some oil residue.
Yes.
And I would rather that stay there. I'm not going to try and scrub it out because I want the oils to infuse
Right.
onto the clothes. So,
I'm sure there's a way to wash these, but I can tell you that I've been using these since before our move. So probably these same four balls since 2017.
wow.
So if they're good quality, like anything else, when you invest in good quality, it lasts and lasts and lasts. Okay, these were a little larger at first.
Oh, really?
Okay, I'm holding them in my hands and they feel smaller than, yeah, when doTERRA sold them, and I found this down below, they sold them in this beautiful bag.
Oh,
And you could cinch it up and put it down below. So the four balls barely fit in this bag.
okay.
Um, but it taught me, and I don't remember where the wool came from that doTERRA used, but they worked with a local farmer in some country and made sure that everything was all, better than organic, just like with the oils.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. I love it. Once in a while, there'll be a little bit of static, but as soon as you shake it, it goes away.
Amazing. And that would help to cut down on wrinkles too.
It does. I have a true confession. I do not own an iron. So I take stuff out of the dryer, lay it out or fold it or hang it, boom, done.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, it
Great.
does. It really helps.
That makes sense.
No dryer. So
Cool.
cool. I mean, no iron. Yeah, and quite frankly, with these HE machines, with these front loaders, people worry about mold and things like that growing. I've never had a problem. Of course, I leave it, ajar. But I've never had a problem with anything growing in my dispensers like people do with commercial
Hmm.
soaps and softeners. Okay. If you did have a problem, just use your cleaner concentrate.
I'll just wipe the rim.
Yeah, spray it all around in.
Hmm.
And we do wipe out here the rubber
Yeah.
and keep it dry. And then normally this is just a jar.
Yeah.
Um, and if once in a blue moon, if I'm cleaning something else in here with On Guard cleaner concentrate, I'll clean it just right around. So
Cool.
that's it.
Good.
That's the laundry. On to the next
Wow.
room, right?
Yes. Bathroom laundry.
Yep, maybe kitchen next or
That's what
cleaning.
I was just thinking. Yes.
Yeah. All right. So everyone, let us know what you want to hear about, and we'll certainly do that. Also, if you want to do classes, I do sourdough classes, I do pets classes. We can focus in on whatever you want. We can do hormone classes, we can do energy classes, we can do foundational wellness class, anything you name it, we can do it because these oils are, wide spectrum. So there we go. Teresa, thank you for
Awesome.
joining.
You're welcome. Thank
This
you. It
is
was great, Rainey. I learned a lot.
cool. This is awesome. Later.
See
Take
ya.
good care. All right.